ready.
Welcome to another episode of Buff in the Rough. There's nothing more exciting than hearing your favorite hound pushing a hot track. And there's nothing that can ruin your hunting experience any quicker than not being outfitted correctly. A fun hunt can quickly turn into a miserable hunt when your feet are wet, your fingers are frozen, your arms, face, and legs are bloody from the wall of briars you just pushed through, or you just lost your favorite hound and have no idea how to find them. Comfort and safety plays a critical role in the success of any hunting experience you have, regardless of if it's chasing rabbits, deer, raccoons, squirrels, or bears. And today we'll hear from Ben Spickler of Stone Creek Hounds and Hunting Supply about what he likes to see in a good hunting beagle, attending Central Pennsylvania's heaviest rabbit hunt, washing his muddy hound in a hotel bathtub, the importance of product development in the hunting supply world, the history of Stone Creek Kennels, how to redeem your website coupon for 10% off your next purchase, and a whole lot more. Help me welcome Ben Spickler to the program. Well, hey Ben, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
Oh, I can't complain. I'm so looking forward to talking to you today and learning more about you and your history and a little history about your business and how that works. And I'm just so happy. I know you're a business guy, so you're busy. So I appreciate you taking time out to spend with us today. But before we get started, could you maybe tell us a little bit about yourself and what types of hunting you enjoy?
Well, it all started back with coon dogs. Way back, probably about 3 years old when my dad started taking me along, and then after that, I had my own dog, and then started hunting in the competition hunts at 10, and then we got more rabbit dogs. My brother started that, and now we have mostly beagles. But we hunt a little bit of everything. We hunt rabbits, deer, bear. I mean, pretty much for the hunting season, we hunt it here in Pennsylvania.
Wow, that sounds like you stay busy year round.
Yep, we sure do.
Chasing some kind of critter. Well, tell us a little bit about what it looks like where you live and where you hunt. What's the terrain like there?
Well, it's hilly. We're in the Appalachian Mountains, and then it's briars. We have lots of thick briars where we've had some guys come in to hunt from us way out of the area, and they're like, I don't know how you climb these mountains. And then we've had guys come down from the New England area, and they don't have much briars, and they come down here and get into the briars. They're like, man, this stuff grabs a hold of you and sticks you and everything else. So it's hilly and briars.
Mm-hmm. So, just thinking about this, if it's hilly and briars, what kind of dog does it take to be successful there? What do you need out of that beagle?
Well, we like a medium speed dog, but you have to have a dog that really hits the brush too, because we don't want to be in there stomping the briars. Rather the dog be in there doing that. So we have most of all of our beagles are really, they see a brush pile or a thicket or whatnot, they're going into it, and then so you have to have a real good jump dog, and then you have to have a dog that's not real you get two dogs too fast, especially with the cottontails, they're going to have a lot of breakdowns because they zig and zag. And so more of a medium speed dog is what we like to run. And we usually like to run about a pack of 4 is usually ideal.
Mm-hmm. That's really interesting to hear you describe like the speed of dog, because I live just slide on down those Appalachian Mountains down to North Carolina. I kind of live in the foothills there, and a lot of what I hunt is hilly and full of briars. And I see the same thing. I see a lot of hounds today that are maybe a little too fast, and they break down a lot. If the running is good and sending conditions are good, and I'm talking really good, I don't know that you can have more fun than with one of those high-powered, really fast hounds. But I don't know how it is in the rest of the country, but where I live, those days aren't every day. I get a lot more days that are not the best conditions. and so what I've seen with some of the really high-powered stuff is that you do end up breaking down a good bit.
Yeah, they're overshooting too a lot. Especially, I mean, I know like we've traveled up north and to New Hampshire and hunted hares. I mean, you can have as fast dog on that because them hares are running way different than these cottontails, and you can have a higher speed dog. That's kind of what's better for up there. But down here, we kind of like to have a medium speed dog, with just not doesn't take all day to bring a rabbit around. I mean, it needs to be a dog that can push a rabbit, but we don't want a whole bunch of breakdowns neither.
Mm-hmm. Ben, do you competition hunt? Do you hunt for food? I mean, you like to eat rabbit? I mean, what?
We do eat the rabbits. We don't really hunt the field trials much. I mean, we do go to them with our supplies, but I've entered a dog a couple of times. Around here, it's mostly the AKC field trials, the SPO, and but we mostly hunt just for fun. Group of guys get together, and then there is rabbit hunts around here. It's not licensed. It's actually you go out and the 4 heaviest rabbits. Everybody pitches in. I think it's like $25, and then 4 heaviest rabbits win. And I mean, there's quite a few of them around here during hunting season, so they're fun to get into. Also, we have one here not too far from us. I think there was pushing 75 teams. I mean, it's a big. We had to move to a bigger building because we were overflowing it. So they're fun to get into too and hunt those.
Sure. Well, you mentioned you like to eat rabbit. I do too. I think it's very tasty. Who's the cook at your house? Do you prepare it, or does somebody else prepare?
That'll be me. My wife, she ain't cooking. She don't cook rabbit. I was pretty much. I shoot it, I clean it, and I cook it. That's all on me.
Well, I'm always interested to hear people's favorite ways to prepare wild game. Do you have any recommendations for people that are getting ready to cook up some rabbit? What's the best way? What's your favorite way to prepare rabbit?
Well, myself, what I do is the first thing whenever I do get some rabbits is I'll soak them in salt water for about 24 hours, usually plenty enough, and then leave them out drying off a little bit so they're not still all wet. But I just like to put some seasoning on them, coat them with some flour and seasoning, and pan fry them right in a skillet with some butter. And I mean that's really good. And I've done them in the crock pot too, but my favorite is just on a cast iron skillet. I mean, rabbit. I mean, it's real good taste and tender. And I mean, it's hard to beat. Rabbits are real good eating.
Mm-hmm. They certainly are. That sounds like a delicious recipe to me. I'd definitely eat it that way. Well, I know as you've been out there climbing these hills and pushing through these briars, you've bound to have had some pretty good dogs. Tell us about maybe one or two of your favorite hounds over the years.
Well, I'll start with some. I've had more coon hounds probably than I have beagles over my years, but we've had a couple good rabbit dogs too. But there's a couple coon hounds that I had to talk about. We had my first dog was Granny. She was a Spring Creek Rock bloodline, and I started competition hunting. Well, my dad hunted her and made her a night champion, and I was 10 years old. I'm like, why don't you make her a grand night champion? So that was the first dog I started coon hunting with, and 10-year-old, I was hitting the night hunts and hunting in the night champion division. So that was already starting with the little bit of the better dogs, and I grand nighted her out. It took 5 first place wins, and then she was my first coon dog I ever had and hunted. And then I've had some good dogs even in her while her son, Dynamite Dan. I put him in 4 hunts, and he won all 4 of them. And then unexpectedly, he just found him dead in the dog box. I don't know what happened to him, a heart attack or something. But he was a really big, blocky, big coon hound we had. He was a nice-looking dog. And then I had a dog called Avalanche. I hunted him in the competitions. We used to travel about once a month, twice a month to the major coonhound events, and I hunted him all over the country. And he was probably the best out of all the dogs, even clear back from my dad started. He was probably the best dog we've ever had. He's won first place at Walker Days a couple times, Grand Night Division. He done a lot of winning, and then we got some more beagles, and then my brother actually had a beagle, called him Brush Kicker. He was a real nice looking beagle, nice dark brown head, blanket back, and he was a really one of our best beagles. He was kind of the start of the beagles too. He was a nice beagle, and then I actually have a hound right now. Her name's Fancy. She's actually, out of all the beagles we have, she's the best beagle we have right now. She's kind of the ugliest one out of the group, but she's just a real good all-around dog. I mean, she gets in the brush, she can push her rabbit. There ain't downfall on her, but she likes to bark on me. She barks every footstep she takes. It's like sometimes just lose a little bit of the mouth, but she's a real good beagle that we have, and we still enjoy hunting her. We've had some real good coonhounds and some real good beagles, and then what's different about our beagles versus a lot of the beagles you see out there is we actually have some show bloodlines in our beagles, to where all of our beagles are pretty nice looking hounds. We like to have a dual purpose, a real nice looking hunting dog, which there isn't. You usually see a big difference between show beagles, obviously, and a hunting beagle, where we kind of fall right in the middle. I mean, they're a nice looking dog, but they still can run a rabbit. So that's what we shoot for.
I love it. I would much rather hunt a pretty dog.
Yeah,
I just would.
They're easy to look at.
Well, as you've been hunting over the years, whether it's coon hunting or beagling, I know you've had some positive influences on you. I mean, who's a person or two that you give credit to for helping you learn about dogs and how to hunt?
Well, the main person has been my dad, Don. Like I said, he started taking me when I was 3 years old. I mean, I remember the one story. The dogs treed clear across this tall hayfield. I couldn't even walk through it, and it was raining. He had to put me on his shoulders and carry me clear across there. And then he started. I've just been hunting coon dogs with him ever since. And then he helped me he told me before you start hunting the competitions, he made sure I knew the rules, because you got to know the rules if you're going to go in there, so you ain't getting pushed around. And him and some of his buddies, like Rick Isaac, he lives here close by, and then another friend of his, Joe Sloan, and we'd go out just pleasure hunting, but we treated it as a competition, and they would they showed me the ropes, I guess you could say, to get me seasoned to go out there and be ready to compete into the competitions, because like I said, I was only 10 years old when I first started in hunting the competition, so they wanted to make sure I was ready. So really my dad started me out and had the most influence. He started his first coon dog he got back in like mid 1970s is whenever he started coon hunting, and then we just started from there. Well, I was born in '88, so in the early 1990s is whenever he started dragging me along. So it's mostly my dad and his buddies is what started me into the coon hunting. And then with the beagles, we didn't have any beagles. And then my brother Roy, he got a beagle. I think he got it for graduating 5th grade or something. And a friend of ours that came here and buys dog food off of us, he had a litter of pups, and that's where that Brush Kicker dog come from. And Roy got a beagle, and then before you know it, we started getting some more beagles in the kennel, and more beagles in the kennel. And now it's mostly all beagles we have up there. So that's how it all got started.
Well, you can't have just one beagle. It's just
no.
I don't know that I know of anybody who has just one.
I think we have around 12 up there. So we do.
Oh, yeah.
We have a couple live in the house too. So
That'll make a
They're the
right.
spoiled ones.
If you have 12, that's enough to make some noise. That'll help.
Yeah.
That's helpful.
Someone pulls into our driveway. We don't need a doorbell. We usually know and stuff like that. They don't bark unless there's something to be barking at. But when there's something to bark at, you know there's something going on outside.
Well, Ben, share a good memory with us. Maybe it's something crazy that happened in the field. Maybe it's just a good memory that you have while you've been out hunting.
Yeah, there's. We could talk all day about these. I mean, it's crazy when you're out there hunting in the woods. I mean, it's all the different things that happen to you. I mean, there's never one night or one day it's the same. You have the same kind of outcome, but lots of stories. I mean, I know one story. We were down in Georgia hunting, and it was a competition hunting coonhounds. And these dogs, we were hunting by the ocean in a bay, and our guide, he was saying now, he's like, them dogs get out there with where the tide was out, them coons go out there and eat on a lot of like the shellfish and whatever else that they eat on out there. They can be out there for a while. Well, sure enough, wasn't there like an island way out in there? And my dog got clear out there on the island. So we had to call timeout, and another gentleman's dog was out there. We started walking across there. The first couple steps, yeah, it was muddy, but farther you got, I mean, we were down up into our waist in mud to where we were literally getting like stuck. So we had to throw each other a rope and pull each other, our leash, pull each other back out, and we were like, we can't get out there. And luckily, the dogs came back. And I was hunting avalanche. He was a white walker with big black spot on, but he looked like a black and tan. He came out of there. He was so covered in mud. And I had to show him the next morning in the bench show. So it was early in the morning. He's in the hotel bathtub getting a bath covered in dirt. And then we had another coon hunting story. I was hunting avalanche with his son Glacier, and all these dogs were kind of white colored dogs. That's why they got all the snow names. But we treed avalanche treed, and Glacier never treed. And then I was hunting a friend's dog, Roland Lanehart, had a dog called Machine Gun Patty, and she wasn't treating either. They were younger dogs. And we went to the tree, and my cell phone rang. And there's a kid I knew from school. He's like, "Are you coon hunting?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, two of your dogs are running down the middle of McConnellstown, which is a small town about a mile from there." I'm like, "What?" And them two young dogs, they got out in the field and just took off in a foot race. Well, we caught Patty, and then I still couldn't find Glacier. And that's back when there was no GPS tracking system. It was we had the what you call it? It was a flip out tracking system, little handheld.
Oh yeah, little beep beeps. Yeah,
the beep ones. And I mean, I had him narrowed down to where he's like right here in this area. There was a gentleman out on the porch. I said, "Did you see a coon dog running around here that had a white collar on?" He said, "Yeah, I did see him run by here just a couple minutes ago." I said, "All right." I said, "He's right here close." Couldn't find him. Well, there was a birthday party going on at that house. And that guy went back in the house. Then he come back out yelling. He said, hey, they brought your dog in here at the birthday party, and they're giving them cake and root beer. And all these kids come out on the porch. I look in between them. In the back stands my coon dog looking out at me, eating cake. I'm like, you gotta be kidding.
It's a smart dog.
Oh, there's then a rabbit hunting stories. We have friends from up in New Hampshire area. And they came down just not this past hunting season before, and they never hunted cottontails. We've gone up there a few times and hunted the hares, and Marty and Nate came down, and they started running these rabbits, and he's used to hares running them big circles, where these cottontails, I mean, they zip and zag and do all this other crazy maneuvers, and plus it's real thick and brushy. he was here for a weekend and hunted. He went through 2 boxes of shells and he killed 1 rabbit. I never seen the guy miss so much. He's like, you can't get these things. I'm like, that's an expensive rabbit. 2 boxes of shotgun shells for 1 rabbit. So we still pick on him about that. And then Nate, he did pretty good. He got a couple rabbits. He got a ringneck. So that was a lot of fun to have them guys coming down, and we still pick on them about that. I'll make sure I tell them to listen to this podcast. He'll get a chuckle out of it. we still pick on them about it.
Oh, that's a great story. I love it. I want to switch gears just a little bit, Ben, because I know you're in a business that supports hunters and you sell a lot of gear to hunters, and I wanted you to just tell us the history of Stone Creek.
Yeah, well, we're a family-run business. It's actually myself and my mom and dad. We started 24 years ago. I was still in high school, and my mom started. We originally just collars and leashes, and my dad still worked for my Pap's plumbing, electrical, and heating business, Spickler's Electrical and Plumbing, and my dad still worked for him. So my mom was just doing it, but then it was getting to where it was getting too busy to where my mom would work all day. I'd come home from school, and Dad would come home from work, and then we'd work clear into the late nights, trying to just keep the collars and leashes. We make all the collars and leashes, and getting all these orders out. And then my dad actually worked for Stone Creek then full time. So my mom and dad was doing it, and then it was getting busy and busier for them. And I was in I think junior year in high school. Are you planning on working with us when you get out of school? I'm like, yeah. So they just stuck it up for 2 more years and put in the long hours. And I started full time right out of school. So then we traveled about once or twice a month to like Walker Days, Autumn Oaks, Grand American. I mean, all over the country setting up. And we still just had the collars and leashes. When we were real good friends with John and Linda Wick, they bought our collars and leashes off of us, and they sold their collars and leashes. And then we loved the Wick clothing. I mean, I'm sure you might have heard of it. It was a real good Briar clothing. Then whenever Linda was retiring, we're like, oh boy, we really like that clothing. So then she actually helped us get started with some of the machines. We got some of her machines. We got some of her where she got the material, and just helped us out in that way. We started out with just chaps, and then it started into coats and the bibs and the vests. And now our business has kind of did like a 360 on in 180. We're mostly a clothing business. We still have collars and leashes, but we sell a lot of our Briar-proof clothing. We make all different kinds, and then we can even, being that we make it ourselves, sometimes there's some different little alterations we can do. And then whenever COVID hit, we weren't going to the trials, and a friend of ours introduced us to a website designer and marketer. So now our website just went right off, exploded, because it was kind of a good timing because no one was out at the field trials as much. And now we pretty much stay home there at the shop and just run our website. And we do go to a few. We still set up at a few beagle field trials, local ones. We did go to Kentucky to the Nationals there a couple years ago, and we have a huge sports show we do here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It's actually the world's largest sports show. We set up there with our supplies and sell there. We meet all types of different hunters at that. I mean, from all over the world. I mean, we sold even a collar for a lady who had a pet cheetah. It's like, no, you meet all kinds of people there. But we belong to a beagle club here, Blue Juniata Beagle Club. They're known for one of the best clubs in the country. They hold the PBGF championship there every year. We take our trailer there. We go there and actually go there in about a month and set up. So we do still have a trailer, like a store on wheels there. But like I said, it started out with just 3 of us 24 years ago. Now there's a total of 8 of us. So we're still growing, and we support a lot of the beagle trials, donate jackets or beagle packs, collar packs, and we really enjoy it. And out there meeting all the different hunters, and it keeps us busy. So we can't complain. So it's been quite a 24 years chance. Like I said, started out with just collars and leashes. Now we're website with all kinds of clothing, and it keeps us busy.
Well, that's a terrific story. So what started out with just good old collars and leashes, and now a big focus on hunting apparel. Would you say that's your most popular product? Is your hunting apparel now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say 80% is our clothing. I mean, our chaps are definitely one of our bigger sellers, but we actually supply from bear hunters to coon hunters to like the pheasant and upland hunters. Rabbit hunters are a big supporter of ours. We sell to a lot of different hunting types of people out there with our Briar-proof clothing, because I mean what really makes what our clothing is different is it really holds up in the durability. I mean, it's a lot of people's heard of wick clothing probably, because we still have people calling in that they have their wick jacket that's 25 years old or whatnot, and they want us to replace the zipper. And believe it or not, we replace the zipper for them. I mean, because the material is just so durable, and it can take a beating through the brush and the briars. So it's definitely our clothing is what keeps us going.
Well, Ben, I kind of chuckled when you mentioned the wicks, because I still break it out at least once or twice a year and try to wear it and see if people recognize the name. But I still have some old wick bibs that you just can't kill. They are the toughest, and I just really, it's interesting to hear that that's kind of the folks that helped you get your start on apparel, and really kind of hone in on what equipment to get and all that. That's really fascinating to me, the history of it. So I just think you can have the best hunt with the best hounds, having a good time with the hounds, good work. But if you're not comfortable, you're not having a good hunt. I don't care how good the hunting is.
You don't want to go out there and your legs all be bloody and your arms go bloody and everything else. So you try to, especially around here. I mean, some places probably don't have as much as Briars as other places, but yeah, if you're hunting in the brush and whatnot, and it's not even hunting. I mean, we have landscapers that buy stuff from us. We have whole pig plants that buy stuff because they'll throw the bibs on and you can take them off and hose them off, and then you're clean. You're not all covered in all the farm mess and if you're like landscapers, like all of their grass clippings. I mean, we sell all kinds of different uses. Really, you won't even really think about using them for, but it works. So they give us a call every year and usually buy a good bit off of us.
Ben, if you were talking to somebody that had never rabbit hunted before, and I'm going to focus on rabbit hunting for this question because most of the listeners are going to be rabbit hunters first. There's still a lot of them that coon hunting, bird hunting, squirrel hunting, other things, but their first focus is rabbit hunting. And you had to give them advice on some must-haves. These are the things you must have, equipment-wise or products-wise or even clothing-wise, to make sure that you've got the right stuff to be happy on that first rabbit hunt. What would your list look like if you had to give some recommendations?
Well, the first piece of equipment and this isn't is a decent beagle that listens to you, and you have control of it. It's not fun if you're out there with not up to par beagle, I guess you could say. So that's important. To make sure you have at least a good solid hound. But then when it comes to equipment, I don't like to turn a dog loose without a tracking collar, because you never know what could happen. So you want to make sure you're able to get your dog back. But then when it comes to clothing, you have to have a pair of chaps or bibs. I mean, chaps, if it's in the warmer time of the year, chaps are usually the best way to go. They're not quite as warm. But if you don't have a pair of chaps on, you're out there walking through the briars. It's not fun. If it's rainy or it has rained, your pant legs are all wet. I mean, you have to have chaps, and usually it's nice to have a briar-proof jacket. I mean, personally, we have an ultralight jacket. It has no liner in it. It's just pretty much just to keep you dry and keep you out of the briars. So pretty much a good dog, a pair of chaps, and a good hunting jacket, and you want to have a good vest. Stuff you can I call it small game vest, with a game bag, some shell holders, put your shells in, some pockets to keep your equipment, like if you're having a garment or whatnot. So that's the main items you definitely want to have.
Well, this is kind of one. If that was question A, then this will be B. It's kind of a two-part question here. If someone wanted to go to your website and look at maybe getting a gift for their favorite hunter, talk us through like what a budget would be. And I don't need exact dollar amounts or anything, but for someone who didn't have a lot to spend, maybe what is something they should look at on the website, and somebody who's just like, you know what, this is their Christmas present. We're going all out this year for our favorite hunter. You know, sky's the limit on the budget. What could they look at? And maybe just talk through that for us.
Yeah. Well, on our website, we actually, the chaps would be the first thing. If you're just looking at maybe a smaller gift or whatnot for somebody, definitely a pair of our chaps. That would be the first thing that comes to mind. And then we actually do, if you wanted to have someone to where they're getting the whole setup, we do have combo packs where you get a little bit cheaper of a price, and it comes with chaps, and it comes with our Briar-proof hoodie, and it also has, this is an item a lot of people don't think of, and we sell a lot of these, and it's chap suspenders, because most chaps just hook right up to your belt loops or your belt. And believe it or not, when you're walking all day, they start pulling on your pants, and your pants start drooping down. So we have chap suspenders where you hook the chaps right into this metal ring that we have at the bottom of the chap suspenders, and it's pulling. It's like, so it's not pulling your pants down. They're not hooked onto your pants. It's hooked onto the chap suspenders. So that's a nice convenient item that a lot of people haven't heard of. And we do sell a lot of those. So, but back to the main question is the like a gift idea. We have what's called a Hunter's Choice combo, where it has the Briar-proof hoodie, the chap suspenders, and then we have what's another an extreme outdoor pack, where that comes with the bibs and a flannel lined jacket. So you're covered head to toe. Because one thing I will say with the bibs, you're covered the whole way up, whereas your chaps, right above like the top part of your thighs, the chaps stop. So where your bibs, they're totally covered. So if you're looking to have someone be a total outfit, we do have the combo packs. And then there's another combo pack. It's called the Ultimate Hunter's Bundle, where it comes with chaps, and it actually has a uninsulated jacket with the top of it is orange, so that you're visible for rabbit hunting. It has orange pockets, and then it comes with a strap vest where it has a front and rear loading game vest, big pockets to put. You can put actually a whole box of shotgun shells in there. So that's kind of convenient especially if you're rabbit hunting. I mean, you have your orange, you have your chaps, and then plus you have all the storage you need for all the rabbits and and plus all your shotgun shells, and there's actually water bottle holders on it also, so you stay hydrated, and plus if you're out somewhere where there's not a lot of water, you can have an extra water bottle on there for your dog. We actually make, out of the same material we're clothing, we make it's a nylon collapsible water bowl where it's the same material with a waterproof liner, and you can fill it up with water, the dog can drink it, dump it out, and you can just put it right in your pocket or whatnot. So that way you can keep your dog have water whenever he needs it.
Well, that's a clever idea. And no, I had never heard of the suspenders for chaps, but that is a terrific idea.
Yeah, it keeps you. It's a lot more comfortable. I mean, they're not pulling on your pants, and it's just and it's easy to clip right up to we have 2 rings there, one on each side to clip your chaps to.
Ben, one thing that's, I think, becoming more important to people is quality. It's I think, as you go out and you tear up hunting gear and you buy your 3rd set of fill in the blank, you wish you would have just spent a little more and gotten something good and well made. Talk to us about making things in the U.S. I know you guys are big on that. What does that look like for you?
And I mean, it's getting bigger and bigger. All this, you hear it more and more nowadays. And one of the real enjoyable things we hear our customers on the phone and that's had our gear, and they're like, we've had this stuff now. This is like the 5th, 6th seasons. I mean, it still looks brand new. And this other XYZ that I had just didn't hold up, and this stuff holds up. And that's our first priority, is making sure that our gear is going to last you season after season. And that's what we want, and we want great customer service. And when it comes to American made, we stand on that 100%. We've looked. It's harder to find, and it takes more time to get the supplies that we need to make our clothing. But all of our material is from the United States, so it's hard to find companies out there that can say that all of the material in that product is from the United States, and then we make it ourselves here in Central Pennsylvania. So it's American from the start to the finish, and it's really hard to find companies out there that can actually say that. And then we just make sure it's the craftsmanship and it's going to hold up, and that's really what's helped us with our businesses and our customers, because once you have our stuff and you try it, it's just outlasts, and they're like, man, these things still look like we're brand new. I wanted 2 seasons off of them. And then our stuff is a little bit more, might cost you a little bit more, but if you sit back and really look at it, you're buying some clothes. I mean, we have people now said, I've had your jacket now for 12, 15 years. I mean, it's you buy it. You either cry once or you cry every 2 years. You just bite. I mean, it's not that we're way higher, but our stuff is a little bit higher, just because it's the made in America stuff and the quality. I mean, that's what it comes down to. But that's really what Stone Creek is all about: is being an American-made company. And if you have an issue, you call us. We take care of it, because I mean, I'm sure there's lots of people, and you've probably had it too. You call different places, and you don't get a hold of anybody, or you have to press this or press that to get to this person, and half the time you can't even understand what they're saying. You call us, I'm probably going to be the one that answers the phone, and whatever the issue is, we'll make sure it gets taken care of. Because even like our zippers in our clothing, if we use a metal zipper, but if a zipper would break or something, we'll fix it for free, and I don't care how old the stuff is. So we really stand behind our stuff too. So, and like I said, it's enjoyable to hear people and the reviews that come in on our website about how they enjoy the stuff that just lasts, and then they're supporting American companies. So that's what we're all about.
Well, one thing that I've just enjoyed hearing you talk about as you've described a lot of the different products that you sell, a couple things. One is it really sticks with me that you not only run this hunting supply business and support business for hunters, but you are a hunter. So you know you go to the field just like the rest of us, and you know what you need to be successful. And so to hear you talk about things like suspenders for chaps, that probably came from a hunt that you were on, or a collapsible water container that you can you can dump your water out or let the dog drink, and then you just fold it up and wad it up and put it in your pants or whatever, or that your vest or your jacket you were talking about earlier holds a box of shells. Well, I mean, you think about stuff like that because you're a hunter, and so many other companies out there that make things are making them, and they don't maybe know as much because they're not as familiar with it because they're not out in the field like you guys are. So I think that's pretty impressive. I think that's a good selling point for you guys. But having said that, I know that you're constantly trying to tweak things and make things better. Talk about how important product development is for you guys, and talk about how not only you come up with new ideas and develop new products, but how do you test them? How do you make sure they're going to hold up? Do you have field testing? Do you just send it out to a group of your buddies, or do you have a team of people you send different parts of the country? I mean, how does that work?
Yeah, well, starting out with the new products, the new ideas, is like going back to what you said, is we're out there. I mean, it's myself, my dad, my brother. I mean, we got guys here close to us. A friend of ours that hunts a lot, Bill States, is not just up the road. I mean, we have like just buddies here around here that we hunt with, and then we're out there in the field, and if we see something or start thinking, it'd be nice to have this, or be nice if this would work this way, and so forth. And I mean, well, for instance, the one thing that we don't carry right now, and we are in the middle of getting this done, is we have all this Briar-proof clothing from your head, from your chaps to your jackets. But what you don't have, and you come home all the time from rabbit hunting, and you're picking thorns out of your hands, and because your hands take it out of the beating.
Yes, they do.
So we're making Briar-proof gloves, and I've seen some Briar-proof gloves out there, but the issue with them, and if you're a hunter, you know this, you have to, when you have gloves on, you still have to have the flexibility and be able to feel what you're doing, and clicking the safe off your gun, putting your finger into the trigger. You can't have a big bulky glove going into the trigger guard, or you're going to fit, or they're going to go off, snapping the dog up on a leash. So you have to be able to still use your fingers. You get them big bulky gloves on, you can't do that. So we're hoping to have it out here by fall. It's a streamlined, thin, Briar-proof glove. So that's just one, for example, one product that you wouldn't think about it, but I mean, there is some Briar-proof gloves out there, but they just don't do the job if you're still wanting to be able to hunt in them and still be able to do everything you need to do. But we try to come out with, we're always thinking and trying to come out with new ideas. And I mean, if you just look at it, way back in the day, I mean, man, you had the big beat wildlife, big blue tracking systems. I remember my first light was the big red night light 6-volt battery on the side that weighed 20 pounds. Now, if you look at the coon hunting, they got these coon lights down to the, man, you can put it right in your pocket, and it weighs like 6 ounces or so. So there's always been room for improvement, and an item that hasn't been, no one knows about yet, but this is the first time I've talked about it in the public, and we've been working on this it's taken a lot longer than we expected, is a new style of vest that it's actually we called it the Gear Max Pro vest. This vest is going to be the most versatile vest I've seen on the market out there. It comes, has 2 panels, one on each side of on your side, and there's so many different compartments. There's some Velcro pockets. You can slip the size, like you slip down in a garment, or like a thermal scope or whatnot, or your cell phone. And there's other small zipper compartments for shotgun shells, knives, flashlights. If you're a turkey hunter, turkey calls. If you're a bear hunter, I mean, some has a place where you can put water bottles, or it will hold. There's over a dozen pockets in it. And what's different from this vest and a lot of other vests is you can have it to where it's a double panel vest, where if you have a lot of gear you're taking, you can use 2 panels, or you can actually remove the 1 panel and just have a front chest panel, to where if you're just needing your garment and your phone and maybe just a few other items you can toss in there. And you can actually, all the panels are interchangeable. You can move this panel to the right side, that panel to the left side. It just clips here. They just have clips that you can clip them into. And then on the back, we have a bigger zipper compartment where you can put like a water bladder in there if you're going to be out for a while, up to a 2-liter water bladder. And we have strapping on the shoulders that run the hose down through, to where you can, like, even if you're a hiker or just out, who knows what. I mean, right now is morel mushroom picking season, so you can be out. That would be a good vest for that. Or if you don't want a water bladder in there, you can throw an extra layer of a jacket in there, a lightweight jacket. And then on the back, if you want them to, you can. We also made a backpack that clips onto the back for more storage. Where I know we have, they're called long spur blood tracking. They track deer with these dogs. People call it, but they're bow hunters.
Yes.
And they're going to be using it a lot because they carry a lot of gear. And the one guy, he carries a tripod for his camera. He takes pictures of the bucks and whatnot. So he put using the backpack for that. And if you didn't want a backpack, I mean, if you're a rabbit hunter or a squirrel hunter or any kind of upland hunter, you can attach a game bag to it. We have a solid brown game bag. Then we have a game bag that the top half of it is orange, just like you're rabbit hunting, you need the visibility,
yes,
or whatever case you would be. And then also going back to the backpack, we have to where you can take it off and clip in a strap in, that makes it a crossbody backpack. So where if you didn't really need the vest that day, you just needed a crossbody backpack, you can throw that over. And then there's a foam insert that you can put into that backpack, and you can turn, when the backpack's empty, you can turn it into a seat. If you're needing this turkey hunters or whatnot, they like to have a foam seat to sit on. So it's just, there's so many different uses for it. So we're really excited to bring that out to market, and we're having professional pictures taken of that right now as we speak. So it's going to be coming out here hopefully within a couple of weeks. And we've had a long, it took us a long time to get all that, to develop all that, because you have to make the patterns. I mean, there's a lot into making, especially an item like a product like that has all the different pockets and zippers. And my dad's the one that, he gets the credit for figuring out all those different. I'm more of be able to put it on a website, promote it, market it. He's more of the developer. I have the ideas. I have the list of ideas and new things to make. And I said, here, try to make this. And usually within a couple of weeks, he has it figured out, and we can start making them.
Ben, that is so exciting. It sounds like the Swiss Army knife of hunting vests. It has a tool or a compartment or an option for about anybody for anything. That is terrific. I can't wait to see it. I'm looking forward to it.
If you're a rabbit hunter, you can use it during the day, and if you also coon hunt, you can use it at nighttime, or if you go turkey hunting, deer hunting, bear hunting, hog hunting, there's a compartment for really any kind of gear that you need to carry. It'll fit.
I love it. Ben, I want to be respectful of your time. You've spent a lot of time with me today, but I do want to ask you kind of a couple questions as we wrap up. And one is, I can hear the passion for hunting and hunting gear. I know you love what you do, but what do you like most about the hunting supply business?
Well, honestly, it comes down to the people. I mean, listening to the people's stories and in the different reviews, and it's just we're always glad to hear the customers' reviews and whenever we traveled all the time, and that's one thing we do miss. We really liked is you would meet people. And you don't maybe see them once or twice a year, so it's kind of like a family reunion, going out to these shows and setting up because you'd see your friends again. And like I said, we haven't traveled for it's been probably 4 or 5 years at least. So that was one thing we really did enjoy, and we are planning on going to Automotives this year. It's a really big team down event, and just going out just to see people and meeting some of the old friends and like we even go to our home beagle club here. I mean, it's a lot of great people in that. So really in the hunting world, there's just a lot of down to earth good people, and it's just that's what we enjoy a lot, is because that's the kind of people you get to be around. So that's probably the number one thing that is nice about in the hunting supply business, is the people you get to deal with and the friends you make and the stories you hear. I mean, we have friends all over the country, and it's enjoyable to hear all the different stories and the hunting changes from. I mean, I know down in the South, hog hunting's big and deer hunting. We don't have on dogs. We don't do that up here. So it's interesting to meet those kind of people and hear the different stories they have. So that's probably the number one thing that's enjoyed most about it in the hunting business.
That's a terrific answer. So you've been doing this straight out of high school. You've been doing this a long time. Where do you see yourself in 5-10 years from now? Do you think you'll still be hunting, and you think you'll still be in this business?
I plan on being in this business till the day I retire. So we still have a good ways till I retire. I'm 36, so
okay.
I still plan on being here 20 years from now in the hunting business and having at least a beagle or two. So I definitely. It's more than 5 or 10 years. We're looking at probably 20 years. We're still going to be here, and who knows what we'll all have, but it's still going to be the Stone Creek supply with all the hunting gear and the beagles. So we'll definitely be here for
I'm looking
more than 5 or 10 years.
I'm looking forward to seeing what else you guys come out with in these next 5 to 10 years. Well, as we wrap up, is there anything that I didn't ask you about that I should have, or is there anything else you want to promote?
Well, we have a Facebook page, and we always like to have. We always put stuff on there. Our Facebook page is Stone Creek Hounds and Hunting Supplies. If people do go on there and look us up, about 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago, unfortunately, somebody got into our Facebook account and took control of it. So there's going to be 2 of them that pop up. The one's going to be like a black emblem. That's not the one you want to go to. It's the one that has the white background with the Stone Creek green logo. That's our Facebook page. So we encourage people to go to that and check it out. And one thing we always like to have is, if people out there have a great picture of their dogs or their hunting experience, a good picture, or we love seeing people wearing our gear, pictures of that. Private message us through Facebook. We'll put stuff on our Facebook page just to show the different pictures of people out there hunting. So we like to see that. We always encourage people to send us pictures through Facebook, and we'll try to get them on our Facebook page. And then, like I said, check out our website. It's stonecreekhounds.com. We have, like I said, all kinds of hunting clothing, collars, leashes, dog medicines. I mean, it has a little bit of everything. You can, if you just started out today as a new rabbit hunter or a coon hunter or whatever, you can go in there and pretty much get everything you need but the dog. So you can go check our website. It's at stonecreekhounds.com, and then we have a form on there you can sign up for emails that our new product, like this vest is coming out with. We're going to shoot a big email out about that. It's just an email sign up, or you can do text also. It's just new products, sales, and stuff like that we put out there. And then we're actually, I don't know, maybe some people may be local here, like we're from central Pennsylvania. We're actually doing it right now. We just got a new trailer, and we're converting it into a store. We just painted the floor in it yesterday, and we're such a big store on wheels. We go to Blue Juniata Beagle Club. It's near McClure, PA, and like I said, it's one of the best clubs out there. Not because it's our local home club, but we hold the PBGF Championship. It's October 3rd and 5th, and we'll have our trailer there. And, I mean, we have guys that come in from all over the country and hunt there. We have lots of rabbits, well-maintained ground. So if that would be a great place to come and see us. And then, like you said, we also set up at the Great American Outdoor Show in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. If you've never been to that sports show, I would highly recommend going. I mean, I don't care if you have to drive 6 or 8 hours. Well, last year we had guys from Carolina that came up, actually come up to see the show, and they ordered a bunch of leashes off of us. That sports show will take you a full day just to get through it. It's huge. But, check out our website, stonecreekhounds.com, and then, like I said, our Facebook, Stone Creek Hounds and Hunting Supplies. If you have any great pictures, send them to us. We'll try to get them up on our website, and that's about it. I really enjoyed talking to you.
Very good. Today. Well, thanks, Ben. I really appreciate the time. I certainly learned a lot. I know folks that are listening will learn a lot too. Thank you again. Thank you so much.
Yep, thank you.
Ben Spickler and the folks from Stone Creek Hounds and Hunting Supply want to extend a website coupon for 10% off your next purchase. Be sure to use the code BUFF10 during checkout. Thank you for listening to Buff in the Rough, and remember to like and subscribe if you want to be notified when we have new content available. And please send comments and suggestions to buffintherough@gmail.com.